What's up, guys? We're back. And this time we're doing a new video on, we're going to be talking about MLSS today, Milestone Scientific. So I've talked about this one in the past, actually, months ago, and then just brought it up recently, not too long ago. But I want to do a video as exactly why I think that this is a good play and why I think that this has huge potential to maybe give us like a multiple 100% move as a swing. So I'm going to go into a couple of things as to why, and then we'll go over the chart, all right? So the first thing, so a couple of things about MLSS, right? So MLSS, they had a new CEO, Eric Hines, who used to be, he's always been a shareholder, but he ended up taking over management because he's supposedly said that they just didn't know what they were doing and just spending money and yada yada yada. So we got a new CEO change, and recently that we've noticed, if you look over the last if you listen to their conference call and you look at some of their past things, he's really been cleaning up a lot of expenses, I guess, from past management. But that's not really the thing why I like it. So I'm going to go into exactly why. So MLSS, so a couple of things right off the bat, right? So first is we have a bottom chart, right? We have the chart that's at bottom. So you know what my style is. I love these because it's low risk, right? Even if you have a 29 or 30 average, right? If it dumps to 27, you're talking 10%. It's basically at lows. It's great R&R considering, look at the upside that it has. Okay? So that's the first thing. So the second thing that I like about MLSS is they really don't dilute much at all. Really, over years, they haven't diluted pretty much anything. And if they have done placements, it's all been privately, which I'm going to show you. So it's an NYSE exchange. So basically, it's a little bit different than NASDAQ. So as long as you're, within compliance, there's no, you don't have to worry. It's a little bit different with the minimum bid. So they have compliance until 2027. So there's no reason, no reverse split worries, nothing like that. So we have a clean bio, it's at bottom, no reverse split worries, no, they're not diluting. But this is really the biggest thing that I've been looking at. So they recently put in over in January, then they just amended it today. Not today, they amended it a couple weeks ago. This private placement almost that they've been doing. So it was an amendment with this group BP4, which is Innovest, which is an investor in MLSS, it seems, for months now. And if you look at what they've done, it doesn't show it in this one. Let me pull it up here. So on January 15th, Milestone entered into an amendment reinstated program with Innovest, right? That's the investor group. In addition to the customary underwriting exception, permits of a lockup securities prior to a 12-month lockup period as follows. If the company's stock closes 50 cents for 10 consecutive days, 50 cents or above for 10 days, then they get 33% of the shares that they are due to. If it's 70 cents for 10 days or more, they get another 33. 90 cents or more, they get another 33. So essentially, they have a share lockup for this offering that they did, this private placement that they're doing, or they did with this group. And the group agreed to not sell any shares, essentially, for at least 50 cents. And if you look at where it's at, you're talking even if it's 30 cents here to 50, it's a 70% move. I mean, I rarely see things like this, if I'm being honest. It was approved by the group shareholders. So I have no idea why this is down here. This tells me that something's got to be brewing here, I would think. How that they could go in the way of locking up all their shares when, they need some sort of security in the sense of, well, if I'm going to lock up shares, I want to make sure that I'm going to get paid, obviously, right? Well, why would anyone do that if they don't have any sort of confidence that it's going to go up to 50 or more? If you look at like the 4 hour back in, I think it was November. In November, they started talking about reducing operating expenses. That's when the CEO came, right? You started talking about, they were reducing operating expenses. They got good revenue, and this was pre-market. And you see the run that it did. It went to 63, right? So it has the ability to do a huge move like that. You're talking it went to 63. That's 125% from here. This is very similar. It almost reminds me of that, if you guys remember my Codex play back in the day. It took a little while for them to start PRing, but when they did, it ripped, and it really never came back down. And I just don't see many other bios down here that are, that haven't moved, right? Like, the biggest thing is, for MLSS, is this 30-cent range, right? So you're looking at, this is the day chart. So you look at this, like, right here, which is 30, 31. You could see how it's having it's a hard time to break above. So what we're looking at for the chart is we're looking for, on the daily, for this to start breaking above 31, right? So you see how this is like the ceiling here? We want this to break out. We want to puncture through the ceiling, and we want to start flipping to where these candles, instead of them building on the bottom, these candles are building on the top here, right? It's called an SNR flip. So you support resistance and flip. So what I want to see is, I want to see first MLSS break through this 31. That's the first resistance. And what I want to see is, I want to see it start to build above it. I don't want to see it. I want to see it get out of this range. It's probably a little heavy here just because shorts and algos and whatever the case is, because all the shares pretty much in the last 6 months have been traded in this range, right? But I want to see it break out first and come here. Once you get over 30, it really opens up. You're talking 31, 31, 36-ish, right? Like, you could even say like 37. It really opens up. You have some resistance here at 40, over 40. If you look at the 4 hour, like, it really just doesn't have anything. You got 45. This could easily go 50s for sure. It just needs to break out of this range. So I like this one because I think that it's a good swing. I think that it's safe. We don't have to worry about them. If you just go off the history, doesn't seem like they're prone to just dumping tons of shares in the market. They do need cash, so I wouldn't be shocked if they raise, but it seems like they're going to do a private placement. And, the CEO owns 300,000 shares at like $2.50, and that you could see down here on page like 46 and stuff. Mr. Hines, he owns 325,000 shares prior to joining the company. So, he hasn't sold. He's bagged. These investors are bagged. These BP investors that put in, they're bagged. They clearly have to get this price up. They don't really have any warrants. Like, you look at the warrants, you have something at 50 cents. That's from 2019. They don't really have anything here. They have an old shelf. That's really nothing. This is from years ago. They don't really have much filed or anything like that. So I think that this is something that could definitely make a move. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know, if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Obviously, these are penny stocks. They could be risky. We never know, how the stock's going to open up tomorrow, or whatever the case like that. So don't put your entire life savings or anything like that. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not saying it's going to run tomorrow. I'm not saying it's going to run today. I just think that it's a good play that at some point in time it could make a really nice move, in my opinion. I am in. I have been adding. I have been loading these dips down here. I think that in this buy zone of, like 27 to 28s, 29s, like, I've been loading in this zone. If it dips down to like 25, I'll buy some more. I don't think it's going to, because it just seems like the market's heating up, and it really doesn't get much volume every day. So I'm hoping that this starts to curl and go up. But MLSS, I think that this can definitely do good. I think that we're definitely going to start hearing more from the company. I think we're going to start getting more PRs, which could be great for us. And I am going to swing this one and see what happens. And, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, I mean, I just don't know, when do we ever see a share lockup at 50, 70, and 90? Like, this just seems like a no-brainer to me, to be honest. So, MLSS, it's my opinion. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys enjoying the videos. We'll be back. We'll be doing more. And we'll be more active. Market's heating up. I'm in Moon Market Discord. You know, I post plays in there that I don't always post on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. The link's in the bio. Leave a like, comment on this video if you guys think it's good, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Later.